first section says standard form. This is what we learned last time. So what was there's an equation we use for standard form. What was that?
Negative b over 2a.
Good. So we're looking for the vertex. The x coordinate is negative b over 2a, comma y. Good. So we're going to use that formula on all of these. Okay. Oh, also remember, so review assignments aren't worth points. They're just for us to practice before the test. So if you have some missing assignments, I would probably do the missing assignments because we got to practice on the missing assignments or on the assignments before. So if you're missing some, I would practice and then I'd come back and do the review. But this is what the test is going to look like. We will have different numbers, but it will have standard form. We'll have 4 problems. We'll have vertex form. We'll have 4 problems, and then we'll have intercept form. We call this factored form. We'll have factored form, we'll have 4 problems. So it'll be a page just like this, you'll have 12 problems. Okay. All right, so look at the standard form problems. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one do you want to do together as a class? Any? 3? Okay, let's do 3 together. Very good. So we're looking for our vertex. We're looking for our x and y coordinate of our vertex. And we are going to use x is negative b over 2 times a. So when we're looking at this equation, this function, which one of these is a? What is a?
First one.
Good, the first one. And what's that? What's there? Good, 1. Good, so A is 1 here. How about B? What's B?
The second one.
The second one? Good. What is it? 10. Good, and it's negative. We have to bring the sign with it, so it's negative 10. And C, what's C here? Good, the last one, 24. Good, thanks. So we're going to use this. So we have x is negative b, so negative, and then we have negative 10, so negative 10 over 2 times a. A is 1. And then we just simplify to find x. Question so far? All right. So we're going to simplify. We need to figure out what x is. So negative 10, that gives us positive 10, divided by 2 times 1 is 2, so divided by 2. And then 10 divided by 2. Okay, thanks. Good, 5. So now we have the x coordinate of our vertex, which is 5. Now we need the y coordinate. How do we find the y coordinate of the vertex if we have the x coordinate? Good, we put this x coordinate into our equation. This tells us y is related to x. So y is, instead of writing x, I'm going to write 5. Y is 5 squared minus 10 times 5 plus 24. Then we just have to simplify this. So what's 5 times 5? Good, 25. Minus what's 10 times 5? Good. And then plus 24. Then we have to simplify that. So let's think. So 25, take away 50. We're at negative 25. Good. So negative 25 plus 24. Good. And then we've got negative 1. Perfect. So that's the y coordinate of our vertex. So let's go ahead and plot that. We have 5 is x, and then y is negative 1. So over 5, down 1. That's our vertex. Then we need to remember that we have this axis of symmetry that goes through our vertex. That'll help us in a minute. All right, what's the next step when we're graphing from standard form? So we have our vertex. What should we do? We need another point. How are we going to get another point?
I don't know. So that is 0, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, so let's try that. So pick an x. Let's try x is 0. So what is y if x is 0? So we're just going to plug in x is 0. So y is 0 squared minus 10 times 0 plus 24. So, yep, so y is 0 squared, so y is 0 minus 0 plus 24. Y is 24. So this one's a little bit tricky. So if x is 0, y is 24. That's not going to fit very well on our graph. So we might have to pick a different x this time. So let's try another one. Pick an x. Good. So what we try to do, our strategy is if 0 doesn't work, if 0 doesn't fit, try one closer to the axis of symmetry. So 3 would be closer than 0. So let's pick x is 3. And then we plug in y is 3 squared minus 10 times 3 plus 24. So y is 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9, minus 10 times 3 is 30, plus 24. Okay, what's 9? Let's do this. Okay, we can do this. What's 9 minus 30? So this one's negative 21. You agree with that? Okay, and then we're going to add 24. So what's negative 21 plus 24? Good. Y is 3. So when x is 3, y is also 3. That will fit on our graph. So we'll go, so this is 3 over 3 up. There's our another point. We need 3 points to graph. How can we get that last point? Good. So this goes over 2. We get to our axis of symmetry. So we're just going to, that's not a point. We go over 2 more. Because if we folded this around the axis of symmetry, we would get a point on this side and this side. Yes, Tahi.
So for the finding the x and stuff, I just didn't plug it in.
Oh yeah, perfect. That works perfect. I just am showing like how to get there.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to use your calculator on that, that's totally fine. That's probably faster too, right?
Yeah. Pretty fast.
Yeah, especially I'm not super fast. Yeah. So, okay, good. So there's 3 more of those to practice. I think you guys can practice those ones. So let's go ahead and try a vertex form one. So look through there and see which one you want to do, the vertex form. There's 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Yep, Eric?
What is the formula for this one again?
The one we just did?
No, for the vertex.
Vertex. So this is the one where we shift x squared. We just shift the graph. There's not a formula.
Oh.
Seven? Okay. So we're going to flip to the back.
The back was do 6.
6? Okay.
Seems like it was.
Okay. So this is where, so if it's vertex form, we have, originally this is our parent function, y equals x squared, and this starts at 0, 0, and then we have our nice parabola. Okay? This shows our parabola. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if we have a number, this is like what we did last quarter. If we have a number on the inside, then if it's a plus, we're going to shift it left. If it's a minus number, we're going to shift it right. And then if we have a number on the outside, if it's negative, then it's going to go down. And if it's positive, it's going to go up. Yeah, that's this one. And then we just have to remember, if we have a negative in front of our x squared, what's going to happen if we have the negative number in the front?
Then we I forgot.
Good. This one will shift.
Change the direction.
Good. It's going to shift, or it's going to flip down. If it's positive, it'll flip up. If it's negative, it'll flip down. Okay. All right, so let's go back to number 6. You said that's all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Right 6.
Good. So we just take this vertex here and we shift it right 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is on there. And then I just need to know that this is a positive, this goes up. So I just need the vertex and I need you to show me that you know that it goes up. Okay. This one's not going to go up or down because we don't have a number on the outside. Okay. So I think those are a little bit easier than the standard form. So there's 4 of those. There's 3 more you can practice. And let's go to this last type, this factored form. So this one was the second day we learned this. So let's see if we can remember. If it shows up like this, how do we graph it?
You put 2 in place of x, right?
We could pick an x and graph it. That would work. This one, we have these 2 factors up, and do you remember these are our intercepts? So the first thing that we're going to do is set those to 0. Set our factors to 0. Okay, so we don't have to do number 9. Which one do you guys want to do? Look through those. 10? Okay. So here we have 10. So the first thing that we're going to do is set our factors, our parentheses, to 0. So we have x minus 5 is 0. And we're going to set x minus 3 equal to 0. And then we just solve for x. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So x is 5 and add 3 to both sides here. And x is 3. So this is where the parabola crosses the x-intercept, or the x-axis, excuse me. So x equals 5 is a intercept, and x equals 3 is also an intercept. Does this seem familiar? Okay, hopefully. What's our next step? We have 2 points, we need a third point. We should probably find the vertex. Good, so we got to find the middle. Find the middle. So the middle here looks like 4.
One option.
Yep, right in the middle there. So I'm going to draw my axis of symmetry. The middle is at x equals 4. So I know the vertex has to sit on this line. How do I find the vertex if I have x equals 4? Good, stick it in. So when x is 4, what is y? Well, we have y is x minus 5 times x minus 3. So y is, instead of writing x, I'm going to write 4. 4 minus 5, parenthesis, 4 minus 3. And then we simplify. So y is, what's 4 minus 5? And the 5 is bigger, so it's going to be negative 1. Good. And then 4 minus 3, also 1, but this is going to be positive because 4 is bigger. And then negative 1 times positive 1. So this is times, sorry. Good, negative 1. Good. And so we've got 4. Our new point, our vertex is 4, comma, negative 1. Good. So 4, negative 1. Now we have 3 points. Now we can draw our parabola. Okay. Do you guys feel like you can do the last 9?
Probably not the intercept part.
Okay. I also have a key up here, and I've posted a key on Canvas so you can kind of check as you're going. This is not worth points, so if you have something that's missing, I would probably do that first and then come back and practice for the test. I'm also going to hand you a note card, so you can put whatever you want on the note card. You can use the front and the back. I would probably put the steps. I would probably put like negative b over 2a for standard form. So you get to decide what goes on there, but those would be something that I put on there. Okay, questions? And next time we'll have a test and then we'll be done with graphing. Okay.